Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to my life and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Indoeso. I'm a registered nurse living and working in the Republic of Ireland, originally from Nigeria. Today I decided to use hair tie. It's been a while I use hair tie because I'm just so lazy to arrange my hair, so I'll stay like that. So if you have joined this live, please help me share the live to as many people as you could think of. Um yeah, as you can already see it from the thumbnail. So I'm going to talk about working in the public or the private sector. So this is like a questions to many people that are thinking, should I work in the public sector? Do I get a job in the private hospital? What's the difference? What do I do? What do I stand to gain? What's just the difference like if you decide to work in either of the hospitals? Okay. Hi, thank you for watching. So it's just something that people want to know if they should choose to work in the private or the public, which one is better for them. Um so in today's life, I'm going to explain all of that. I'm going to talk about the benefits, the salary scales, the advantages and disadvantages, everything in between. Okay, so if that's the kind of content you are interested in, please keep on watching. Don't skip the live, don't skip the ads. Support me on this channel. Help me share the videos to as many people as you can. Recommend my channel to people. So yeah, let's get into the video. The first one I'd like to talk about is the private sector. So let's focus on the private sector first. So what when they say private hospital, I'm sure that a lot of people would be, you know, a little bit confused. Private hospitals is basically hospitals that are run not by the HSC, while the public is the HSC funded hospitals. So there are also hospitals who are like co-funded, funded by both the public and the HSC. Okay. Bonjour. I don't know how to reply to bonjour, but I think that's French. Hello. Hello, Khadija. Thank you for joining. So yeah, I work for a private hospital, so I have a fair idea of what some private hospitals may offer you if you're working in a private hospital here in Ireland. And one of it is that there is not so a major difference. Hello, Halam. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for joining today's live. So yeah, let's start from you getting the job. How does it work? So in the private hospitals, it is almost the same as the public hospitals, but the major difference in job getting a job in the private hospital is that you stand a higher chance of getting a direct application acknowledged by the private hospitals. What do I mean like that? I don't speak French. I only speak English and my dialect. What do I mean by that? Please help me like the live. I have over 10 people watching me. Please help me like the live and share it to as many people as you can. So what do I mean by that? We at this era where the job market is not very friendly, it is you have a higher chance of being, yes, I'm Nigerian, you have a higher chance of getting a direct application acknowledged by a private hospital. So with me, I did direct applications, and with many other people that work within the private hospital, they also do direct applications. Now, private hospitals also recruit using an agencies, They also recruit using an agency, and some of them will recruit you directly, like will communicate with you up to the job interview stage directly, till when it now gets to like the immigration part, they can now partner you with one of their partners that take charge of the immigration part, and then you work with them. With me, that was what happened. Sometimes you also get to work directly with a recruitment agency who posted their job advert on their website, and then you work with them. So that's how the job market some most times looks like within the private hospital. So another thing one could ask for, how is their relocation package? So with private hospitals, the relocation package is deep solely dependent on the hospital. So if it is a hospital, if it is a nursing home, it's entirely different. Okay. A private nursing home would usually go with their own thank you, Latino America. Oh, thank you, Joss. That's wonderful. I'm Nigerian. So a private hospital would private nursing homes, I would usually just go with their own standard pay scale. However, with private hospitals, when I say hospitals, I mean like acute hospitals who takes care of acute illnesses, not the long-term illnesses. So they have their own pay scale, but it is not completely different from the HSC pay scale. So with my hospital and with some hospitals that I'm aware of, um, if you have more than 4 years experience, they just start you directly with the enhanced nurses pay scale. You do not need to apply again if you are just coming in. But if you're already working, then you would need to like apply, fill out the form to get onto the enhanced nurses scales, which is a little bit higher than the normal staff nursing scale. So that's that. And they also follow the point scale, where it follows the years of experience scale with your salary scale. If you go on the hsc.ie website, you would see like different you will see different pay scales. The last one I saw as at 2 days ago was updated in June 2024. You would see that, and you would see the staff nurse pay scale, the enhanced nurse pay scale there. With the private hospitals, it could be slightly different from them, but they also follow the pay scale as per salary. So now let's go into the relocation package. What's your language? We have many dialects actually. So there is Ibibio, there is Anang, and many others. So I speak Anang majorly, a little bit of Ibibio, a little bit of Efik. So that's what I speak, and English is our general language. So with the relocation package, during your job interview, they usually just tell you what you cover. Private hospitals would generally cover your employment skills, your recognition fee, your flight, your accommodation, few average of 6 weeks, let's call it 6 to 7 weeks, depending if you are staying with a host family or if you are living in a hotel. Okay. Um so they'll cover that. They'll cover your residence permit. They'll cover your nursing registration. So with the HSC is slightly different and slightly better than the because HSC go on to cover some other things, which I will talk about it in the later part of this life. I don't want to make this life really, really long, but yeah, I want to make it engaging. So when you're watching, you understand what I'm going. So I don't want to keep on deviating from what I am currently doing. All right, yeah. So now when that's with the relocation package. Now let's talk about the offer that you would get in what compensation measures. So with private hospitals, it also depends. So if it is a private hospitals that is should I say, license to do the adaptation, you would be offered an adaptation. If it is a private hospital that is not licensed to do the adaptation, then you're going to have to do the RCSI exams, which is almost the same thing with the HSC hospital. So yeah, so you have the option of doing the exams or the you have the options of doing the exams or doing the what is it called? Doing the exams or doing the adaptation. Okay. But I know many of the private hospitals, especially if they're outside of Dublin, they'll usually like offer the RCSI exam. Both are okay. So now, what are the benefits they would give you? So with private hospitals, they are, they will generally offer the benefits like maternity leave, maternity leave, sick leave, annual leave. However, some of these benefits you need to work for a certain amount of time to be able to be eligible for it. So, for example, the sick leave, sick leave with pay, you would generally need to like work 1 year before you're eligible for that. Um, Whereas in the public hospitals, you might not need to wait for 1 year eligible for sick leave. Maternity leave, you generally need to work for 24 months, which by that time you already become a full member of staff, and then you are eligible for maternity leave with pay. Otherwise, you will not be eligible for that. Paternity leave, same thing, which is just about 2 weeks. So that's about some of the benefits you stand to get. So I'm still going to make a video talking about this and in like a short form, and then I post it. But I just wanted to do this on this live. So yeah, that's it for that. The next thing I want to talk about for the private hospital is, will they recognize your years of experience? Yes, they will still recognize your previous years of experience if it is in a hospital, because I'm focusing on a hospital. They will still recognize your years of experience, and you will generally need to gather your years of experience. They will give you the assessment forms, and then you get your referees to sign, the hospitals to sign the reference form to say, okay, you've worked with them with so the amount of years, and then you are eligible to, you have worked this amount of years. And with that, they will now know, because when you initially get the job interview, you are not offered salary range at that time. You're going to be offered a salary range after you have confirmed your years of experience. So even when there will be like a salary on your job contract when you initially get the job, that would be subject to you being able to prove that you have worked for that number of years. I hope you understand. So that's it for the job experience. So yes, um accept and they will accept and recognize your years of experience. I don't know how to do that. I don't think I'm eligible to do that. I generally don't know how to do that. Um, I don't know how to do that dollar. So for now, I think if you want to support me, you can. I'm not eligible for monetization yet. Okay. Yeah. So let's go back to the video. So yeah, that's it. For the That's like a brief explanation of the advantages of a private hospital. So let's go to the other side of a private hospital. Like I have mentioned, you need to generally work for a certain amount of time to be able to be eligible for some benefits. But let's go on to salary. Some people are of the opinion that public hospitals pays more than private hospitals. Now, I have seen pay. I've been able to speak with some people that are working for the HSC, and what I can say is that some, especially the big private hospitals, there's not much difference with the pay scale or your pay rate. I For somebody with my same years of experience, I generally believe that with what I am offered, I is a little bit better than. So the only challenge with some of these things is that because you are earning per hour, so because you are earning per hour, your amount of salary, your net income at the end of the month will depend on how many hours you were able to work. So with me, I work permanent 37.5 a week. There's no additional, there's no shift differentials, there is no uh, overtime and stuff like that. But with people who works in a unit where they get to do overtime, get to do shift differentials, yeah, salary will be slightly different. So if I compare myself with someone of the same years of experience who work the same hours as I do, I generally believe that we will be earning the same thing with somebody that is working with the public hospital. Okay, so there's not much difference there. However, some people are also of the opinion that if you're working with the private hospital, you do not have the opportunity to grow career wise. That will depend on the hospital that you're working in, because they are obviously a hospital and there are obviously promotions available, there are positions available, but it's still wise to believe that you have a higher chance of growing up if you work with the public hospitals than if you're working with the private hospitals, because they are like limited vacancies and stuff like that. Um, well, I will leave that one for others. Dual are one, but you could put up cash app or PayPal options. Okay, maybe I'll do it later. Or yeah, I'll do it later. Or I'll always link. I have a GoFundMe because I have a GoFundMe that I want to post, but okay, I'll attach that to the description of this video. So if you want to support me, you can come back at the end of this live and click on the GoFundMe app and then donate there. Okay? Thank you. So yeah, that's the basically what it is with the private hospitals. So now let's talk about the public hospitals. With public hospitals, we go over with the job applications. Most public hospitals, if not all, will generally require you to work with an agent. Yeah, will generally require you to work with an agent. They want you to work with an agent. They want you to do your applications, even when they have the job. I believe I'm talking about public and private hospitals. That's Sylvia. Okay, I'm talking about public and private hospitals in Ireland. Which one is better? Advantages and disadvantages. So that's what we are discussing about. So if you have any questions regarding it, you can drop them in the comments. I'm not gonna stay here for a very long time. So back to the story. So for the public HSC funded hospitals, they will generally require you to do your job applications through an agent. Okay. Um there are not so much that would do take your direct applications. Sometimes your application gets to them and you will get an email saying things like, oh, we have gone through your applications, we require you, we are working. So they will recommend the agents they are working with. They're working with KCR, they're working with CPL, if they're working with anyone they're working with, they will tell you which one they're working with, and then you should go there and apply. Please help me give a like, give a thumbs up to this video if you like the live. Okay. So yeah, they would give you the agencies they are working with, so you go and apply with them. So that's it. So you are now going to be working with the agent until you get into the country, finish your exams if it was the exams, and then you can now move to the hospital. If the hospitals is offering an adaptation, so then when you go, you're going directly to the hospitals. The agents will so with your reimbursement, generally it will happen between, it depends on the arrangement with the agencies. The agency can pay you and get from the hospital. The hospital can pay you directly through your payslip, and also depends on how their relocation package sounds like. If they are, because if they are the agents employing you, some agents want you to pay for everything upfront, and then they will pay you at the end of the day. They will pay you at the end of the day. So it all depends on that. Um so that's it with job application. Then with relocation package, which is better, HSC go as, thank you, prayed up. HSC go as high as giving you as high as giving you your IELTS fee back. They give your IELTS fee, they give you your, they give you flights, IELTS, accommodation. Some people say the accommodation is up to 3 months. I don't know if that's true, but generally you could have up to 8 weeks of accommodation. Your recognition, your 350 recognition fee. Yes, I am married. Your IELTS fee, your 145 euro registration fee, residence permit, and which other fee again? I think those. So with HSC, everything will come up to about 4,710 euro. It is there on the HSC website, the relocation package. So like I said, the agency name, the Sylvia, will depend on the HSC hospitals, but generally if you apply to them directly, they would send you the agency, or sometimes when you check on their job application, their job advert on the website, you would see the agencies they are working with. However, you could also like check, you could, you please help me give a thumbs up to the live so that YouTube can recommend it to many people. So you could also apply directly to agencies. You know, there are many agencies. There is CPL, there is KCR. KCR is Kate Cowick Recruitment. There is CPL, there is Service Source, there is lots of it. I have a video where I talk about list of recruitment agencies, but I think I'm going to do an updated video on that. I have so many videos. I've promised. Let me write it down so I don't forget. I'm going to do list of updated videos about list of recruitment agencies um where someone can apply to. So that's it for their recruitment process. And also you could um also with the HSC funded hospitals, they, you also have options of working, like you can choose locations with the HSC because they have locations all over the country. So sometimes it is easier for you to choose and say, okay, I don't want to be in Dublin, I want to be in Limerick, or I want to be in Donegal, I want to be in Galway, Cork. It's generally easy for you to choose locations with the HSC hospitals compared to the private hospitals, because private hospitals, when they have a vacancy, is always for a particular location. And if they, let's say it's a private hospital that have like a branch in Limerick, or maybe their main hospital is in Dublin, and then they have like a branch in Limerick, or a branch in Cork, or a branch in Galway, and they are looking for a staff nurse for Dublin, you are not going to get the option of choosing to go to Limerick, because that's not what they're advertising for. But for the HSC hospitals, you have that option where if you are working with the recruitment agency, because it's most times it's generally like a campaign, It's like a campaign. They will call it like 2024 or 2025 rolling campaign for staff nurses across. And because the HSC hospitals, they have divided it into like 6 regions. um there is 6 regions where they are, you know about 6 regions, and there are hospitals within each region. So even within the region, if that's the region that the agency is advertising for, you have the option of sometimes choosing, okay, go to this hospital, this hospital, this hospital. Sometimes you do not know the hospital you're coming with if you're not inquisitive enough. But if you are, they are going to tell you which hospital you're going, and then you can tell them, okay, do I have the option to go to a different county? I would love to work in a different county than this one. I don't like this one, and stuff like that. So with the HSC funded hospitals, you have that particular option to choose where you want to go. So that's the recruitment process for the HSC. Now, for the benefit for the HSC, let's say like the maternity benefit, because the HSC is like the government, you would generally be eligible for some of the things without having to wait for a very long period of time. Yeah, so that is like one of the benefits as well. And people also, like I said previously, said you have the opportunity to grow career wise. You have opportunity for like to get a funded um further studies. So let's say you are employed to work in a like an oncology unit, and you now love the unit but you do not have the oncology education, and you want to go on to study oncology nursing. You could apply for funding, and they would um, approve for you and fund you for the program. Okay, so people said you have a much higher chance to get a funded stuff. And there's also, because like on their website I was looking at the other day, I also saw stuff like that. So yeah, you could get funded. So in totality, which is better? Is private better than public? Is public better than private? Well, I would say it depends on you, because the public is the government and the private is the private. If the private, maybe you wait, this one I'm just adding my thoughts. If the private were to go like, let's say, bankrupt, you could easily lose your job compared to the public hospital. So I would say that there is more of job security if you are working for the HSC hospitals. So if that's the kind of things you're interested in, then you could maybe target only to apply to the HSC hospitals. So that's just like a brief explanation I'm going to talk about now. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat box. I'll just use this time to talk about Q, take questions and give answers, and then still expect my videos on this particular topic. And yeah, so let me see. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comments, and I'll just answer you. So in the absence of any questions, I'm just going to end this live here, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye bye. Thank you so much, Sing. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, everyone. Get me to 1,000 subscribers. Get me that, Sylvia. I really do not understand you. Where you apply, there are no scams. I don't understand this sentence. Yeah, help me like and subscribe to the channel. I do not understand the sentence, Alberto. Ashok Singh, thank you. Ugh.